what the Dark Castle, known as the Green Room, is all about, as those that have entered the Dark Castle, known as the Green Room, have allowed its very essence, the very foundation of what the Green Room truly is, to inhibit their souls as they enter this dark corridor. And as we take our final lap into round number 1, there are still a few people that are trying to squeeze into round number 2. A few spots left open, and the challenges are getting harder. The stakes are getting higher, and people understand what it's like now to compete. Because this castle will only allow its ruler to be supreme and diverse and talented and willing to do what it takes in order to win. We still have many unanswered questions left, but as we know, round number 1, night number 12, did leave us with surprises, twists, and turns, just like any other. We do know that on Saturday, August the 7th, night number 13, unlucky number 13, might be the end of many competitors that are still hanging around, hoping to be part of a field that gets reduced from 64 to 32. 32! As you look at the brackets, you look at the names of those from film, music, TV, sports, and pro wrestling, one can understand how competitive round 2 will be with names like Sally Kirkland, Mark Henry, Ken Patera, Bill DeMott, Todd Bridges, Martin Cove, and many, many others. We know very well that there are still many other big names who are still going to find themselves in this tournament of 64 somehow. Where and how they will fit, we do not know. So keep on watching, but also understand that on August the 7th, we will be reaching the finale. August the 7th may provide our final first round matchups. Perhaps it will, perhaps it won't. All we do know is that there are a few competitors that are now on the edge of their seats as they prepare to do battle for the last time in their series. Take, for instance, Hauser Orlock and Eric Herron. Hauser, a strange being of sorts. Eric Herron, a man who served our country. Two opposites are on a head-on collision, knowing that one will advance to round 2. The star-studded second round, and the other one will be eliminated. How will that turn out? Jamie Sparling, a man who was eliminated already by one King David Holiday, now finds himself in a position where he can be the first competitor to both lose his series and then win and advance to round 2. But to do that, he'll have to defeat quite the cunning opponent in one Taekwondo, who has made his presence felt in his short time as part of this tournament of 64. What bag of tricks does Taekwondo have in store for Jamie Sparling, and does Jamie Sparling have the endurance? Will Jamie Sparling come up short twice in this tournament, or will he take advantage and move on to the second round? We also know that Howard Collado was introduced to mystery entrants, and we don't know exactly where these mystery entrants will move on or not. We don't know what they have in store for Howard Collado. Howard Collado fancies himself a Green Room original. He wants to move on to the second round. Howard Collado has been saddled with opponents who've disappeared, such as Sarge, Buck Bagwell, James from Right Guard, and many more that have not stuck around. We don't know what happened to them, but we do know that Howard Collado is still in neutral. He wants to be able to represent the Green Room well, knowing that he was one of the first that stepped inside his doors. Will he have enough in the tank to move on to the second round? The Music Man has been playing mind games. The Music Man has been torturing the soul of not only Mindy, but also the Music Lady. Will the Music Man finally wrap things up with Mindy and move on to round number 2, as he is the epitome of what this Dark Castle is all about? Or will Mindy find the light within herself and defeat the Music Man, only to move on to the second round? And speaking of anomalies, the human anomaly himself, Preston Preston, a man who fancies himself a time traveler, has made his presence felt in the present. But Sammy Green has also been quite the cunning, mischievous competitor who definitely isn't afraid of her competition. Will she be able to rise above it all and move on to the second round? Will Preston become nothing more than part of the past? Guys and gals, we know that there's still so many surprises. We do know that Andrew Cassess and Michael Winslow are going to duel again. Michael Winslow, a very talented comedian. Andrew Cassess, a legendary actor. One will move on to the second round, while the other will be eliminated. And of course, Pinocchio Joe, GOC, two men that try to poison each other, shoot each other. They've been digging graves with one another, but now it all comes down to this one final battle between the Jews and Pinocchio Joe will determine it all. One will move on to the second round. The other one will be gone. Still so many unanswered questions. What you have to do is tune in to round number 1, night number 13, on August the 7th, 2021, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. And once again, make sure that you buckle up, because it will be one heck of a ride as we move closer to round number 2.
We've only just begun.
Gigantic show for Paradise Alley Pro Wrestling. Their debut